Good afternoon once again. God is good and all the time. Great. I am very, very privileged to be among great leaders of such a powerful and wonderful cooperative movement today. And also just looking at the theme that is going on there, again touches my heart because those of you who know me, I am really a technology enthusiast. I sometimes can be called an evangelist of technology. And the major thing that we're looking at today is how do we make sure that as we grow as an institution of SACCOs, that we are great with. Today, leaders, and because I don't want to take a lot of time, there is, on one hand, the discussion that really excites me is to ask myself, what is the Sacco of the future? When we sit here and I see the various Saccos represented, are we able to draw the architecture of the Sacco of the future? We know about today's Sacco. And today's Sacco, we have the staff who will never back in the office, who are running the Sacco of today. But I think, Mr. Chairman, as we progress, the more some of us are in these gatherings, you will forgive us for nudging us to keep thinking about what is the Sacco of the future. In one of the recent gatherings we had, we spoke that and said that if something is thinkable, then it is what? It is what? It's doable. So if it is thinkable, it is doable. And we also say that nothing can stop an idea whose time has come. Now, today, the Saccos that we have are running in the way they are running. But progressively as we go, my urge is that we have to see how to adopt technology and use technology to transform the Saccos that we actually have. Forgive me for bringing this analogy, Chairman, in this professional setup. But yesterday, I thought during the protests that were there was a declaration that we should shut down the media from covering life. But incidentally, it did not stop the protests from continuing and spreading and from people knowing. That is because the protest of the past is not the protest of the current day. And the protest of the future, you can imagine if the current day one is the one it is, you can imagine what it is going to be. Maybe people will not have to go to the streets. I don't know. That's not the reason I'm here. But I just want us to think about the fact that things can really change if we adopt technology in the right way. And the reason why the media is not required is because now people have phones and technology has been adopted. But on the other hand, as we think about how to move our institutions forward with technology, is this very important question of risk management for a vibrant cooperative movement. Because technology comes with its own risks, and it's important that we mitigate these risks. Now, only three things. The risks that we face today are in the following categories. Category number one, if you're working with us, it is in the systems that you have. Every system, technology, has its own risks. And the question is, how do we mitigate those risks as we progress? It's important that every institution looks at their technology and makes sure that technology risk is being mitigated, even as we ask ourselves, what is the Sacco of the future, which has to be brought about by technology. I have just come from another meeting where I was chairing the meeting for the technology providers. We have an association called KETSA, in which we are self-regulatory. What we basically do is ask ourselves, as we are offering this technology to our clients, how do we mitigate risks? I'm glad to inform you that all the members who have been approved as active members of KETSA have got valid insurance covers for professional indemnities. What that means is if they lose money when they are offering you services, they can be able to refund you through the insurance. The second risk is called process. Process is how do you go about doing your things in the SACCO and how do you engage with other stakeholders. Somebody from corporate talked about, let's not allow the vendors all the access, let's manage the process, how do we get access. Process is the second risk, and we need to mitigate this. That, unfortunately, is heavily on the SACCO side, and we need to see how we can manage that. And the third risk, leaders, is people. Today, after Sacco did a survey, they found that up to 22% of people wake up every day asking themselves, how do we steal money? 22%, not of the people in the city, globally. If that statistic is anything to go by, then you can imagine 22%, I don't know how many people we are here, but 22% of the global population is waking up thinking about how to steal. That risk has to be mitigated. And therefore, you have chosen a very wonderful theme for risk management for vibrant corporate movement. But even as we balance that risk, let us always ask ourselves, what is the SACCO of the future so that we can be able to push our institutions to the next level. Thank you very much, Mr. MC. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you so much.